Hey everyone, this is Chris from Dad of Divas, and today I'm taking a little bit of a challenge. I was asked to take a look at one series of books, or two series of books, I should actually say. I was asked to take a look at the For Dummies books, but at the same time I was asked to take a look at the Complete Idiot's Guide books, and I decided to look at social media marketing on both of these. And what was interesting to find was the difference between these books. The books both were really good. They both had really interesting information within them, but they both were very, very different in the content itself. While there was some overlap between the two books, they differed in many ways as well. When in regards to looking at the Complete Idiot's Guide to Social Media Marketing, this book looked at all of the main social media sites that are out there. It also looked at even some of the less used media sites and talked about using those social media sites to build a brand. It looked at the little plugins that you can use with Twitter, but it was a little more basic in regards to this is how you start off from square one and build up into utilizing these social media sites to build your website, to build your brand, to get your product out there. And it was a bit more basic, like I said, but actually it was very user-friendly in the way that it read. It wasn't reading for the business person in regards to strategies and things like that, but it was more so try these things out and you'll find that they will work really well as you're moving forward. I liked it was very intuitive in the things that a person would need to know. The author does a really good job of talking to the reader and helping the reader to see that they are a real person. And I felt that the tone was quite warm and welcoming. So I really liked this. And for what it had in there, there was actually a number of things in here that I went to try out myself because I hadn't tried them as of yet. And so some really good strategies in that one. Now, this book I thought was going to be very similar because, they both are called social media marketing. So I thought that this one would also be pretty similar. Now, this book does go into the social media sites. It talks a little bit about all of the main sites. It talks about Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, and some of the ones that are not as popular anymore. It talks a little bit about MySpace and explains what those sites are all about. But it doesn't dwell in those sites for a long period of time. A lot of this book really gets more into the marketing aspect. It gets into things like psychology of marketing. It talks about product placement. How do you use Facebook to actually market something? And this really does get more into the business side of things and really brings you to a whole different level than the other book. So I almost would say that both of these books are great pairs with one another because I started by reading The Complete Idiot's Guide, and The Complete Idiot's Guide is really one for somebody that is just starting off and is just trying to get their feet wet into understanding, okay, how do I set up a Facebook fan page or a group or so on and so forth. A bit more basic in that regard. But then if you really wanted to take the next step, this book, the Social Media Marketing for Dummies, does that because it allows you to move to the next level and be able to understand and apply the knowledge that you receive in that kind of under the basic side and understanding the different social media marketing frameworks and moving it to the next level so that you can then select the right social media site for your business, for your brand, for your blog, whatever it may be. So this was really an interesting experiment, and I really enjoyed the challenge because I don't always get the opportunity to try two similar books, or two similar looking books, I should say, even though they're quite different in content itself. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, go check out the two different types of books: Complete Idiot's Guide as well as the Dummies books. Lots of different ones to choose from. I just chose these, but there's a ton more on the market. So have a great day, and look forward to seeing you around the Dividend.